This is a land that marches to its own beat. It's out there, then just a little further, beyond your comfort zone, beyond the norm. Less of a place and more of a mindset. Welcome to Hinterland, where we invite you to taste beyond your boundaries.
Michelle and I had moved back to Green Bay, and we were kind of searching for a name, and at the time I was reading a book about German immigrants to Wisconsin. The immigrants that landed here referred to the area north of Milwaukee and north of Green Bay, the Hinterland, because it was this unexplored territory. And when we were thinking about the name and how it related to our life, we were kind of on this journey into something that we really didn't know where it was going to take us. We didn't even realize what we were getting into, you know, and you kind of chuckle to yourself like, holy shit, this is real, you know. We really tried to keep the same spirit for making beer and doing it in our own way and not becoming like corporate diluted crap and brewing beer that we were proud of. It's kind of surreal. We had no idea where we were heading. We were just like paddling into the wind as hard as we could.
Back in 1995, when Bill and I started Hinterland, we had no idea where the path would take us, but I guess that was kind of the point. We were young and adventurous. We wound up being pioneers in the craft brewing industry in Northeast Wisconsin.
Initially, it was just Michelle and I were the only employees, and so our parents, our friends, people would come out to just help us bottle or to help us brew. I actually taught one of my buddies how to brew it so that I could catch a few hours of sleep on the night shift, you know what I mean? And because we were doing basically 2 batches a day back then, and which was totally unnecessary because we weren't selling that much beer anyway, but we figured we had to do it.
When I joined Bill, I had a lot of homebrew recipes that I was perfecting, and he gave me, free rein. He said, go ahead and produce some of the things that you like. And so I would come in with maybe, my ideas or my homebrew recipe, and he would come in with his, and then we would just kind of hash it out. So it was always a really open, collaborative kind of thing with Bill and I. The process of making beer, I take it and I break it down into 4 different processes. There's your brew house process. You're mixing water, malted barley, and that liquid is extracted and then boiled, and that's where you add your hops. It is then transferred to the second process, which is fermentation. That's where your yeast is added. So now you basically have beer. It's a finished product, but it needs to be refined. So then we'll move into the 3rd phase of the process, which is clarification. And that just gives you a nice bright or clear beer. From that point, it goes into packaging. And that is simply we carbonate the beer to the level that we feel is acceptable for that particular style. And then we'll go ahead and put it into either a can, bottle, or a keg.
After years as a downtown landmark, upping its game, winning awards, and kicking mediocrity's ass, Hinterland moved to its current home in the Titletown district across from Lambeau Field. With awesome views of the stadium and access to Titletown Park, Hinterland has become the ultimate destination. However, it hasn't lost its crazy passion for craft beer and farm-to-table cuisine. In fact, its focus on unique contemporary American cuisine has put Hinterland on the culinary map.
Food pairings with beer are, in my opinion, so natural and even better than wine pairings with food. I think that there's a lot more to work with. There's a lot broader palette. The seasonality of the beer plays off of the seasonality of the ingredients that we're getting, and we definitely try to incorporate the beer in some of what we do. We're not trying to force it into the food, but sometimes it just naturally fits and works. When you come to Hinterland, you're going to get an experience that is going to change with the seasons, going to change with what's available. We do source a lot of our ingredients locally. A lot of those farms have grown with us and grow things specifically for us, so it's a good relationship.
So our Titletown location really has something for everyone. We have our main dining hall on the main floor, which is a beer hall style, and it's flanked with 2 enormous wood-burning fireplaces. Our high-gravity dining space upstairs has beautiful views of Lambeau. We also have a huge bar featuring all of our Hinterland beers, but we also feature other local breweries from the area.
So let's get to it, the brewery tour. Today we'll take you through the whole process of turning our beloved Green Bay City water into our even more beloved Hinterland beer. Ask lots of questions, drink lots of beer. Hell, swear a little if you want. And most importantly, whether you love brewing, love beer, or love both.
Let's have some fun. You're in the Hinterland where strangers become friends. Cheers.